name is Christine Flauta.
I'm Michael Righthouse.
And I'm Umema Motaro.
And this is news brought to you from GEOG401.
Today's hot discussion is about climate change. Now, this subject has been out there for years now, and it's an important issue that needs to be discussed. But there's a problem. Not many people are informed. Yes, according to Anderegg et al. 2009, about 97% of climate change scientists believe that climate change is happening and that it's caused by human activity. And yet we're not doing anything about it. Come on, people, look at the facts. It's happening. Don't deny it. Don't resent it. Believe what scientists are telling us. They are experts.
We are not making this up. This is research that has been done. And these are scenarios that were projected for us, what's going to happen later on. Human activity is the #1 driver for climate change, and we need to fix that. It has to be a change that needs to be done. It needs to happen.
It's like people don't care about what's going on right now. We have to take a bit responsibility for our actions for our future generations. Just because you don't see the effects doesn't mean we should not do anything about it. We can lower our carbon footprint so we don't emit more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. I mean, we should all at least take some type of responsibility to ensure the future generations.
We're going to take you guys back to Marie and Kayla, who are currently in the streets of Waikiki right now interviewing the general public on climate change.
So I'm Marie McKenzie, and I'm Kayla Kawamura, and we are here in Waikiki asking folks about climate change.
David Kuhn, Washington, Michigan.
Oh, we were just wondering what your definition of climate change is.
Melting of the polar caps. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's big, huge.
My name is Uncle Gil. I'm from over here.
Right.
Wait a minute. The Big Island.
All right, FBI.
Neil Lee on the Big Island.
Uncle, in your own words, can you describe climate change?
Climate change? It's horrendous. The global warming is really affecting us here.
It really is.
Anytime there's snow on Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa, it's going to be 60 degrees over here. The weather is horrendous. It's yucky. It's changed, you know. Winter time is longer now. We get more rain. The rain season is longer. You know,
right.
Even during the summer it gets a little chilly. North Pole is melting. That's affecting everything. You know.
You see sea level rise here in Waikiki?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
I see it on the Big Island too. There's places on Punaluu. I have a buddy that lives on the beach. 20 years ago, the high water mark was down there, he said. So it's like a difference of 3 or 4 or 5 feet.
Do you see other people doing anything for the climate solution?
No.
Solve climate change?
So the government is the only one that really can do something about it, you know, regarding the regulating, you know, whatever needs to be done, you know. We want our fair share. Because we know one thing, there's a lot of people making a lot of money out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's for sure. Somebody might be making money. Nissan sold 1.2 million cars last year. That's a lot of cars.
Yep.
You take care of your people, or they're going to take care of you. Right? All right, guys. I'm on a Beach Boy model. Every day above ground is a good day.
My name is Alan Okuma, but they call me Captain Oku.
Okay, Captain Oku, do you know anything about climate change?
Climate change, yep. Waikiki getting pretty cold, windy. It's like a global change, you know, with the surf, the tide, the ocean, you know. Can tell.
And is it affecting you in any way,
Me?
personally?
My house sometimes. And over here it starts snowing. You know?
My name is Makana Cabral and I'm from Kauai.
Hey, do you know anything about climate change?
Not too much, no. I know that we got some global warming coming on, but I don't know.
Is it something that you care about, or are you just like, eh?
Yeah, not really. Not really anything that I really care about. Climate change doesn't even really affect me personally because I don't know.
Do you care about with your kids, what kind of climate your kids are going to live with?
Oh yeah, for sure. I was having a weird vision the other day with my future kids at Pipe that there was just radiation and everything in the water, and I was like, oh, that used to be the pinnacle of surfing, and now we can't even surf out there. We were just watching Perfect Pipe, and then we couldn't even surf it.
I'm from Canada, Vancouver. I think climate change is something like global warming, and I mean changing in the whole world, the degree of the Earth. I mean, it's going up. It caused many problems.
Here in Waikiki also, sea level rise and erosion and things like that are occurring. What do you think about that?
I didn't know that because
you
to be
came
honest,
here
yeah.
to enjoy the ocean.
Yeah, exactly. really sad because Hawaii is like paradise and everybody enjoy it. Anything we can do to avoid global warming and
How's that? Are you doing anything to be part of the climate solution?
using public transport instead of our own car can reduce the emission. Or,
right.
Am I right? Yeah.
What's your name and where are you from?
My name is King K and I am from Hawaii.
I should use the mic.
You should give me the mic because I'm a microphone spitter like this.
Okay.
Are you? Let's
Okay,
hear it.
can
Give
you
me
rap
one. Just
about
give me a
climate
quick little
change?
one.
Okay, man,
Climate
you
change.
know, the climate change, I don't know, it's changing, man. The wind is blowing like we in Chicago, but we in Hawaii, so why is it so windy, man? I mean, it gets colder and colder, but you know it gets hotter and hotter, so we don't know if we're going under, we're going higher, we're underwater, or we on fire, but I don't know. I mean, I need a choir, someone to clap, someone to listen. Just pay attention. If you don't have three things in you, you're not gonna listen, you're not gonna be able to go, so you need 1, 2, 3, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
My name's Leroy and I'm from Minnesota. It's the changing climate is what it is. It's
Global.
well, it's global warming, it's atmosphere changing, CO2, it's whatever.
Is it affecting you in any way? Directly?
Probably not yet. Probably not yet, but it will. It'll be probably a few generations down the road it'll affect.
There's a study out there that states that the tropics will be a lot warmer than any other latitudes. Will you come back if it gets, extreme?
Well, I don't think it'll change a lot here because of the ocean temperatures.
Right.
I think there's only 2 states that you never get 100 degrees. One is Hawaii, and the other one is Alaska.
Right. There's this hiatus, what they're calling it. And the oceans are warming at deeper levels.
And we're getting
that's
more extreme.
More extreme. Yep.
More extreme weather. More.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see more of that type of thing, typhoons and hurricanes and that type of thing, and more unsettled weather.
Right.
We recycle a lot. I think we watch more emissions.
Alright, so behind me is the Keeling curve, which documents atmospheric carbon dioxide concentrations from the late 1950s. And what it's showing us is very alarming. We've gone from around 320 parts per million up to 400 now. Just this February we reached over 400 parts per million, which is the first time in all of modern history.
My name is Camilo Mora and I'm a professor in the geography department. Climate change, in my opinion, is the combination of 2 things. One of them is us producing a lot of CO2, and the other one is us destroying ecosystems in such a way that they cannot sequester that carbon. So of course, if you are producing more CO2 and what can take that CO2 is being removed, the consequences of that is that carbon will go up. And that's something that we know very well. In fact, last year alone, we reached 400 parts per million, which is the first time that number has been crossed in the last 3 million years that we know of. That's climate change.
How is this climate change affecting you personally?
Well, climate change, of course, as humans, we are part of our environment and we are adapted to live in that environment. As we change the climate, we are forced to change as well. And personally, I feel very strong about the issue of climate change because there are many species around the world that are going extinct. And another thing that you realize once you start studying climate change is that this is going to influence people as well. For us, we are kind of lucky in the sense that we have money. As a developed country, we can afford a lot of adaptation measures to prevent the impacts of climate change. A good example of that is, for instance, everything that there is a massive hurricane. The United States often recovers within 1 or 2 years from that. But the same capacity to adapt is not everywhere, and many countries around the world are actually suffering from the consequences of this. An example of this is what is happening in Syria. You know, a country that was hammered very hard for droughts, and this country didn't have the capacity to adapt to these changes. The consequences of that is this massive violence that is happening down there. So you can see how climate change will have ramifications not only for the species that will not find a place to live in this planet, but also on people. The consequences are quite massive. In fact, in my opinion, climate change is one of the biggest environmental threats that our species probably have ever faced up to this moment.
Sir, can I ask you one question? Sir, what do you think about climate change?
I haven't really thought about it.
Do you think it's affecting us in Hawaii in any way?
Yes, it is.
It is?
Very hot.
Thank you, Uncle.